For Mr. Jackson, and it's intercepted.
And we are live, Lowco Pigskin Live, coming at you. Week 7. It is a bit chaotic at the moment. We've got a lot of different audio going on. I will turn off the deep zone audio. Justin, Jarrett, and Wes Kerr with you. I am live from the McDonald's in North Myrtle Beach, of all places. Closest place I could find to reliably set up and run point here on Lowco Pigskin Live, presented by Nicholson Law Firm. And I'm going to mute Wes real quick, getting a little noisy over there in the nest where he is at. And you can see the game live right now on Beaufort's own and Beaufort County TV. And we're showing you live stream here in the feed on Lowco Pigskin Live, presented by Nicholson Law Firm, our all-star sponsor of Lowco Sports, the original sponsor dating back to 2017. They've been with us since the start. They can help you with all your legal needs. They're our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. Eagles have the night off tonight. They were scheduled to play Palmetto Christian originally. That team dropped to 8-man football, so they've got the night off. So we will not be talking about them tonight, but Nicholson Law Firm presenting our coverage of them typically. And we've got a scoreboard streaming across the bottom, missing a couple of scores at this hour, but they are all in flux anyway. You see it's 28-28 on Ladies Island late in the third quarter. Wes is over there, and we'll take him off mute now, and we'll hear the sounds from Ladies Island, the Eagles Nest. What's going on, Wes?
Oh, man, this has been an absolutely wild start to the second half. Bluffton just returning a kickoff for a touchdown, and they picked off a Samari Bonds pass, and they are starting to really get some big-time momentum in this ballgame. It looked like Beaufort for a couple times really took control with the strong run game that they are having, but Bluffton has continued to punch back and punch back. 3 touchdown catches already for Carnell Warren. He is having a monster game. As we get to the end of the third quarter, the Beaufort players on the sideline are putting the 4 fingers up. We are in store for a crazy last 12 minutes here in Ladies Island.
Woo! Put up the 4, throw up the 1L. Big night in the Lowco. Big one going on over there between Beaufort and Bluffton. Obviously, the feed here a little bit behind reality that is taking place, because we could hear in Wes's backdrop that they're starting the fourth quarter, or getting ready to, and I'm working on getting the first half highlights from Wes exported, so we can check that out. But as he mentioned, Carnell Warren having a monster game. I was watching this one, listening to it, sneaking a peek here and there on the drive up to North Myrtle Beach. But been a great game so far. The broadcast has been terrific. Marcus Walsh checking in from Colleton County. May Rivers just scored again. It's 42-0, running out of time in the third quarter. They're a little slow getting started, but they are rolling now. And Max Arraj is over at Thomas Hayward. We're same for the Rebels. A little slow getting started, a couple turnovers early, but then they got things going, and now they've separated a little bit.
Well, Patrick Henry Academy has just brought it back within a score. So,
all right.
Well, it'll be two scores, because Thomas Hayward went for 2-point on their last touchdown and successfully got it. So it's now 29-21. Thomas Hayward Academy. It's still a good one. We still got 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, so anything can definitely happen in this game. We know how that goes here in Skeezer.
That's one possession. That's still one possession. They just got to get the 2-pointer.
May River.
Indeed, May River taking care of business at Colleton. 42-0 now. Updating a couple of scores on our ticker.
Oh, look at Aiden McCarthy go. He has delivered a strong ground attack with his legs in addition to his arm tonight, and he picks up a first down. Aiden McCarthy, from all the up and down parts of this season, this might be the best all-around game he has played so far for Bluffton.
I would have to agree. He's been really solid in this game. Done a good job of pulling it down and running when he's needed to, getting rid of the ball, understanding an incompletion is not necessarily a bad thing sometimes when you get flushed out of the pocket. Just putting it where only your guy can catch it and making sure nobody else can is important. And, really, I felt like Buford was controlling this game throughout the first half, and it felt like at times dominating, but then Bluffton kept coming up with one big play after another from Carnell Warren to answer the call, and being very opportunistic. There was a bad snap down in the red zone that Samari Bonds couldn't handle, and they ended up coughing the ball up there, and Bluffton turned that into the go-ahead score at the time. It's been back and forth all night, but I've seen something from Bluffton that I kind of needed to see. This has been a really good football game. A lot of flags.
This might be the Nate Ulmer drive. We've seen a lot of Carnell Warren, but a couple completions from McCarthy to Nate Ulmer, who has shown some strong signs himself early on this year. And obviously, you'd expect Buford to try to make someone else beat them at this point. Already 3 touchdown catches for Carnell to this point. But McCarthy knows he can spread the ball around. He has other options that he can feed when he has the open man downfield.
And we see, it's kind of cool when Wes tells us about something and then we get to see it shortly thereafter. Looks like Max dropped out. He's out at Hayward. He's out in the boonies, so he may be in and out. We've got Tim Alonso checking in now from Colleton County. He's got Marcus Walsh with him as well. What's going on, buddy?
May River blowout.
Yeah, Sharks is getting it done tonight. Sharks is rolling, as we say. I'm trying to order me a drink here so they don't get mad at me and kick me out of here. At the McDonald's in North Myrtle Beach, give them a shout out. It seems to be a lovely McDonald's, as good as they come.
That might be my my school McDonald's.
I'm in North Myrtle.
Beach, or are you in Conway?
Oh, I'm in North Myrtle. I'm right by the beach.
Oh, you're in North Myrtle. Okay.
From the 2 miles from the sea, whatever we're staying at. So we got baseball tomorrow morning.
Okay.
1:16.
So
what's happening?
night here at Colleton, and their bleachers.
Oh, is it?
It's a 15-yard penalty called against the Buford Eagles as the Bobcats are driving. McCarthy taking a shot deep to the end zone, just over the head of the intended receiver.
We'll be seeing that momentarily.
If he delivered that a little bit more accurately to that left side of the field. That was a great opportunity to take back the lead. It looks like Nate Ulmer was the intended receiver right there. 2nd down.
All right, we're going to let Timmy get out of here and get on the road back toward Bluffton. He'll be rejoining us later on if he makes it back before we shut things down. Oh, there we see the near miss from Aiden McCarthy. Bobcats driving with 10:07. I'm going to mute you for the time, Wes. We'll keep an eye on that one, and we'll get back to you if it gets hairy. Just going to read through the scores real quick and check and make sure we don't have any new updates over here. And
it's going to be 3rd down and long after they're able to blow up a screen to Carnell Warren. So we'll see what Bluffton does here around the 30-yard line. Murphy being chased under pressure, flags down. Murphy's going to scramble and pick up a couple yards, and I think he's going to get the 1st down, pending the flag. Man, he has been a scrambling machine tonight.
Aiden McCarthy doing it with his legs tonight. Bobcats have gotten the run game going pretty well, and it's mostly been McCarthy. Holly's had some runs as well, but that Buford defense has been pretty tough up front. It's been McCarthy on the scrambles, and here you see.
It's coming back, though, holding call against the Bobcats.
Yeah, and you saw it on the replay, and it was way back there, right? If that's a spot foul, that could be coming way, way back. Max is talking, and he's on mute, so we'll unmute him. What's going on, buddy?
Touchdown, Rebels.
Touchdown, Rebels.
Antonio Daniel with the score. 3:55 fourth quarter, 35-21. Thomas Hayward.
35. Have they attempted the point after yet?
At it again.
Have they attempted the point after yet?
Sorry, can't hear you.
Have they
Four
attempted
wide
the
receivers to the
PAT
right
yet?
side for
Can't hear
Bluffton.
you guys. No. So my signal out here is really
Oh
bad.
my
So
goodness!
apologize.
Nate Oler will take it to the house. Touchdown,
Oh
Bluffton on the
my!
slant from
And
McCarthy.
2
And
points.
then turn on the Jets. Nate Oler for the score, and Bluffton on top.
Bobcats take the lead in the back and forth battle on Ladies
Wow.
Island now into the fourth quarter. And here we're going to see it. Nate Ulmer slips a tackle, makes another man
Thomas
miss,
Hayward,
gets a block downfield and into the end zone. Max has an update.
Thomas Hayward, for some reason, through the 2-point conversion, they do get it 37-21 with 3:55 left in the fourth.
That puts them up 16, so it puts PHA
Don't
in a
get that.
position to need two
Yes.
touchdowns with 2-point conversions. So getting late over there. Are they into the fourth quarter now?
Yep. We have McCarthy now,
They're in the
209
fourth
passing
quarter.
yards.
It's been real. Yeah.
Aiden McCarthy now, 209 passing yards and 4 touchdowns.
Oh my, 209 and 4
Looking
touchdowns.
like Kirk Cousins from last night, my man Max Arraj.
He's got 300 to go to catch Kirk.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, he does. He's got a lot to go. But I will say this: this game between, I mean, we know it's a rivalry between Thomas Hayward and Patrick Henry, but it's really showing. I mean, these players have been real chirpy at each other, and getting themselves into some trouble. Some unsportsmanlike conducts on both teams throughout the game. Really good refereeing crew tonight, which is a good thing, especially in this game, because it could get out of hand no matter what. But Hayward goes for the kick. Oh, no. Loose ball. Oh, PHA recovers it. Oh, that was close. Thomas Hayward almost recovered that ball. And that could have been the ball game
comments. Right there. Yeah. Chase Gearhart checking in, says looks fun in Buford here. It's been a great one tonight. Back and forth game. Parnell Warren putting on an absolute show. And I've got some highlights I can get rolling.
Nine catches, 137 yards, 3 touchdowns for Carnell. And then Nate Ulmer just adding interception. Of course, the other Bluffton score, a kickoff return to the house.
Kickoff return to the house by Lucas Gates on that kick return to the house, by the way. Been some huge plays by Bluffton in this game. It's really kept them in it because Buford has kind of been the aggressor, I would say. They've kind of controlled the physicality in the line of scrimmage at times, but Bluffton has bowed up with big plays on defense at big spots. They've taken advantage of some miscues, and they've just come up with huge plays. The deep balls to Carnell in the end zone were all spectacularly executed plays, and then the big kick return by Gates. They've just answered the bell every time, and I've been impressed by that. Looking around, 42-0 May River over Colleton. Looking for a Battery Creek score. We got Hampton 30-6 over Edisto in the third quarter. Looking for a Hardyville score. Ridgeland was 12-0 over Denmark Olar. You were over there in the first quarter, Max, and it looked like Denmark was just fumbling the ball all over the place, and the Jags were pouncing on it and taking advantage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The running game looked really good for Richland. Sorry, I'm losing some connection here. Richland showed up. Richland was showing up against Denmark Olar on the defensive side of the ball. They had some opportunities, got some fumbles. I'll send some footage over later of those fumbles. The running game for Ridgeland was really the highlight of that of my time over there. So good job by Ridgeland. Hopefully they end up winning that game. I think they did. They were clearly the better team in that game against Denmark.
Bluffton's defense is really starting to key into Buford's run game. Another flag down, but nice quick tackling here by Bluffton's front. And see, they picked the flag up here? Oh, no. All right, holding on the offense. And they're going to push him back even further, half the distance back to the goal. And Eagles will have to snap it from close to their own 5.
So Eagles have a long field now.
Long way to go.
Still got plenty of time, though. This is
time's not a factor. No,
right.
You still have a ton of time, but certainly long way to go here.
Well,
You're backed up inside your own 10. Bluffton's defense starting to find something here. Mari Bond steps up in the shot of his own end zone. He'll throw it deep left side. It's incomplete. Once again, terrific pass defense from Bluffton. Several times throughout this game, they have been up to the challenge of defending Buford's receivers. And I'll tell you who has been one of the big factors defensively. Number 2, Tollefson, has made 2 or 3 huge plays and up there to break up a pass.
what were you saying, Wes?
I believe that's Sebastian Tollefson with probably his third outstanding
had-
defensive play for at the quarterback position. He's been terrific tonight. And almost an interception. Buford right now not on the same page as Lofton's Jacoby Sanders nearly picked off a potential pick 6. If he could have been maybe a couple feet to the right side. Samari Bonds completely missed his intended target. 3rd down and 20. It is starting to be real danger time here for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, we just saw it. Dangerous pass there. Yeah, the Eagles really need to pick up a first down because you don't want to give the ball
Short
back.
field here, especially to a red hot Bluffton offense who's on it right now. So and they're going to call timeout. Wow, this game completely turned on that kickoff return for a touchdown. After that, it's been all Bluffton. Buford Bluffton able to pick off a Samari Bonds pass, and then
huge play by Lucas Gates in this game to go along with the big ones by Carnell Warren. And got a 2-score game, and Ridgeland did just get a final for my Canes, Hardyville Canes. They fall 47-0 at Bamberg, which was to be expected. I think we took 14 guys on the road to take on a powerhouse program tonight. So yeoman's effort, Ironman football from the Canes. Got the band playing at Buford. Sounds of the Buford High School band. Lighting us up on a
ladies,
Lowco
great
Friday
crowd
night.
on this military appreciation.
Justin,
What you got, Max?
Quick update. Patrick Henry in the red zone looking to score here with 2:47 left in the game. See if they can make this one possession. Michael Tucker
Hans has time, and roll to his right. He'll throw on the run. And it's almost caught after a dropped interception. And then Buford nearly converted on the catch that was tipped by a Bluffton defensive back. And nearly an amazing break for Buford. Unable to hold on. What a crazy play. That was Jamarian Jackson who had a chance on the deflected near pick from Bluffton. Ends up falling for an incomplete pass.
Oh.
That was wild. And now it's going to be punting situation here for Buford. Once again, just outstanding pass defense by the Bobcat on this drive.
All right, thanks for that update, Wes. I'm going to mute you a minute because Max just had a score over there in Ridgeland. Nobody can hear each other, so Max, give us an update from Thomas Hayward.
Yeah, Patrick Henry just scored a touchdown. 2-point conversion is no good. Run in by Michael Tucker Mathis. Tried to run it into the 2-point, did not get there. Wasn't close. So the score is a 10-point game, 37-27. So still a 2-possession game right now for PHA. They need a 3-and-out here from Thomas Hayward to be able to have somewhat of a chance to maybe get back into this ball game. With 2:36 left in the fourth quarter here in Ridgeland, score 37-27 in favor of Thomas Hayward.
Outstanding updates. Your updates are just money in the bank. Good stuff. So we got updates coming from around the way. Roughlin and Walterboro, indeed. 42-6 now.
The one game that I'm a little surprised about right now. The one game, Bishop England and Hilton Head High School. Oh, what in the world? I mean, we kind of thought Bishop England was good, but we didn't think they were this good.
That was,
you know.
I mean, it's not over yet. It's 21-7 in the fourth quarter, presumably, but not over yet.
Lofton has it back, trying to salt away some clock and put in the dagger if they can find the end zone again here with 8:06 to go in the fourth quarter. Lofton up by a touchdown.
Trying to put it away, and Tim Alonso. Tim Alonso is back in Colleton. What's going on, man?
The final score, 42-6 Colleton. So
42-6. Took care of business. Looked like they were a little slow getting started, but once they got going, they got going.
I'll text someone. Yeah, well, early in the game, they were getting screwed by the refs a little bit. I think they had maybe 8 false start calls in the first half. I've seen them play 4 games this season. I haven't seen more flags before that. So, but once they did big goal, Tennessee had 2 rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns. Andrew Johnson, he had 2 huge runs, I think 65 yards. The other was probably around 45, 50. Yeah, just an all-in-all perfect game for May River almost. If this is how they're heading into region play, they got a real chance.
Yeah, it looks like they obviously are 1-0. It looks like Bishop England, barring a big Hilton Head comeback in the fourth quarter, will be 1-0. And then whoever wins here, which Bluffton in good shape, and it looks like they're driving for what could be a dagger score. Let's check in with Wes. You're on mute for now, Wes. You gonna get on the road, Timmy?
Just a hard.
Yeah, we're gonna make our way on the road.
Holly,
get over to the cars.
Holly making a couple of yards out of nothing there to pick up a first down, and looks like they catch Buford jumping offside, so it's gonna be second and about 5 for the Bobcats. 6:30 to go. They're inside the Buford 30-yard line.
Touchdown Rebels! Touchdown Rebels!
Oh, they're running away. Those Thomas Hayward Rebels.
Banner with a
Tony O touchdown.
Tony O touchdown with a touchdown pass in the back corner of the end zone. And it is now 43-27 pending extra point. They may go 2 points here, possibly. So, yeah, this game might be done, fellas, here in Ridgeland. Score right now with 1:32 in the fourth. Thomas Hayward. I'm interested
to see what Bluffton does here on a 3rd and medium. They've ran it like 3 times in a row to Holly. Will they give him the ball again? Will we see McCarthy run it, or will we see a play-action pass? A lot to work with here if you're Hayden Gregory. What's he gonna dial up here? I'm interested to see. You'd love to pick up another first down here and wipe away more of this clock. Under 5.5 to go. And we're going to have a timeout. Called by Bluffton. Gregory will think about it a little longer what he wants to call here. Bluffton has been churning in the ground game, and they have had some explosive plays through the air, including those 3 touchdown passes to Carnell Warren, 3 for number 3. See if this Buford team can come up and give Samari Bonds a couple of other shots. What a great game. What a great start to region play this has been on a fantastic night here on Ladies Island, Buford. Great crowd. Pink out in the stands. And this one has been a crazy contest here to start off this region slate.
Looking for a couple scores yet, if you happen to have them. Looking for a Battery Creek score.
And they got a man. It's going to be a first down and more. And it's a touchdown for the Bobcats. Oh, what a gutsy decision from Hayden Gregory. Hayden McCarthy will have his 5th touchdown pass of the night. Wolf with the grab in the end zone, and Bluffton may have dealt the dagger right there to the Buford Eagles.
There it is, Aiden McCarthy, and then Nate Ulmer with the step back and dances into the end zone. 2-touchdown lead now for Bluffton with 5.5 or so left to go on Ladies Island. So it is getting late for the Buford Eagles, and Bluffton trying to make a statement in the region. Could it be Bluffton and May River in a showdown for a region title, perhaps? Bishop England definitely looking to be a fly in the ointment for the Lowco teams in that region. Newcomer leading Hilton Head 21-7 at last report.
All right.
Looking for a
Rick,
battered big score.
yeah.
Well, what a masterful game from Aiden McCarthy, and what a play call on 3rd down. I said, like, I wasn't sure if they were going to run again. I thought they might take a shot, and that's exactly.
So Bluffton on top by 2 scores at Buford. Trying to see if I can find us a Battery Creek update. They had a big one tonight with North Charleston. If anybody is there or has been there, let us know. There we go. Loco Lowdown getting its love on Buford's own. Appreciate those guys. Boy, our guy Tristan has gotten better and better. Tristan's play-by-play is tremendous. He is doing a great job.
Oh, he's fantastic. Yeah.
Really enjoyed listening to him on the way up tonight. He and Javon have become a great connection. 41-22 now the score in favor of First Baptist over John Paul II. JP2 hung in tough tonight, but just couldn't keep pace with the Hurricanes. So looks like they'll drop to 0-6. Looking for more updates. What's happening over there, Max? Patrick Henry putting up a fight?
Yeah, they're putting up the fight. They're currently in the red zone right now, from what it looks like. Seeing if they can score, get it close, but I think at this point it could be game over here. 54 seconds and counting in the 4th quarter. Good catch, good pass by touchdown PHA, and it is now 45 to, I believe it will be 32, 33, I think. So, even 46 seconds left in the game, if they can get an onside kick here with the 2-point conversion made, but if they can't make this 2-pointer here, this could be the ball game right here.
Even if they make it, they're still down 10, right? So it's
So
the math ain't mathing.
This should be the ball game. Yeah, PHA putting up a fight. It's been real chippy out here. These players are not liking each other right now, and for good reason. Thomas Hayward's made some questionable calls in terms of plays. They just went for an onside kick after scoring a touchdown. Kenner Academy is not happy right now, and I don't blame them. So, no good. So this should be the ball game. Score is 45-33. 46 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
Should be wrapping up very shortly out there in Ridgeland. And
for Damon Odom with a nice catch right down the middle to about the 15 of Bluffton. A nice quick drive so far from Samari Bonds.
Buford looking good in the 2-minute offense. There it is, Odom.
Another catch right close to the 2-yard line. Samari and Jackson.
He's had a
first
big
down
night.
goal at the 1-yard line, and a very quick answer potential here for the Eagles to make this one interesting. Samari Bonds is going to go under center. He tries to sneak it in, and he gets the cross, and it's a touchdown, Buford.
Touchdown, Buford Eagles back within a touchdown. Pending the extra point, and it looks like they've still got about 4.5 minutes to play, or 4 minutes. So plenty of time yet for Buford to get a stop and get the ball back, or they can try the onside.
Patrick Henry going to attempt the onside here potentially. Even with that, I don't know if they're going to get it.
So it's a 7-point game, still 4:17 to go. We'll see if Buford does attempt the onside kick. They have 2 timeouts. They don't have to if they trust the defense to get a stop. But
right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do opt for the onside kick here.
I think we're about to get
it. Colton Wan runs it a solid 70, 80 yards across the field. They are now in the red zone. Thomas Hayward, this should be the ball game, folks. So this will be the final score. They'll probably take a knee here.
Maybe not the way things have gone over there tonight. We'll see.
Let's see if
Thomas Hayward's at around they're right at the 20-yard line. So right now, 34 seconds left, 45-33. Thomas Hayward either will knee it or, do whatever they do best and, throw the football for a touchdown. So, that's what it's going to look like right now because the way that these two teams have been playing, it could go that way and looks like they're not going to take a knee.
Impressive quick drive for the Eagles. Very, very impressive bounce back, quick touchdown drive. Now we'll see if they attempt the onside kick or kick it deep, and they will kick it deep.
Here's one you don't hear every day. Mandrell Sanders, Mickey, receiving touchdown, Hampton up 44-6 against Edisto. 10 minutes left in that one.
26 seconds left here in Richland between Thomas Hayward and Patrick Henry Academy. Looks like they're going to go and throw the football here. See what they do here with a banner. The banner throws.
First down, Bluffton at the 22.
Interesting fair catch.
I expect Gregory to keep the aggressiveness here. They get a shot to throw it. Murphy will take that shot all day.
What do we got, Max?
A touchdown, Thomas Hayward, 51-33 with 18 seconds left to go.
Well, that one was definitely unnecessary.
I really don't like
We were in victory formation territory.
I thought that Buford was going to try the onside kick in this situation, but trust their defense here and try to get them the ball back.
I kind of like this. Bluffton's not really a run out the clock type of offense. If they go down the field, they're probably going to go pretty fast. So I like pinning them back and kind of putting the ball in their court to make them have to try to run it and run the clock. So that maybe you can get it back with decent field position here.
Ollie is shut down on second down. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Buford's defensive line stepping up here. Justin Johnson with the tackle. And it's going to be 3rd and about 6 or 7.
All right, Max.
One play away, potentially getting Buford the ball back down by just 1 touchdown.
What do you got, Max?
Thomas Hayward went for the 2 points. They didn't get it. Score is 51-33, 18 seconds left to go. This one's done.
That should be the fight.
36. McCarthy's going to keep left side. It looks like he may have gotten it down the left sideline and scrambled towards the sticks, and it's a first down for the Bobcats. Once again, the terrific scrambling running ability of Aiden McCarthy.
Yeah, all right, Max. Game here in Richland. So I'm going to hop off, get back to my car, get back on the road, and I'll hop on with you guys in just a few minutes.
All right. We'll talk to you real soon. Max Arraj reporting live from Thomas Hayward, where it looks like the final will be 51-33. Thomas Hayward over Patrick Henry in a game that was really closer than that.
Down to 2:48 left. Buford still with 2 timeouts. And now some room for Holly up the middle. He's going to get first down close to midfield. Oh, boy, Holly getting it going once again with his legs. And
Buford's going to have to use the timeouts. Yeah, they're going to have to use the timeouts. They're going to need something big here. Looking like
Buford
Bluffton
getting close.
Bobcats.
Close this one out. 2.5 left, and Aiden Gregler, I'm sure, will going to take this clock down as much as possible here as we get close to 2 minutes to go. Great blocking here from this Bluffton ground attack. Holly again. Yo.
Let's see anything on that one. Looking for a couple other scores yet. If anybody's got anything. You can see what we've got in the ticker, and we've lost Wes. Wes has gone dark. Hopefully his phone didn't die. Battery Creek, we got a final from Battery Creek. Oh, we got to play the sound for this. Too bad nobody else is around with me to enjoy this at the moment, because Battery Creek wins big, 47-14 over North Charleston. Statement win for the Dolphins that they may be a problem in Region 6-3A. Oceanside Collegiate likely the favorite there, but Hanahan right in the mix. Orangeburg, Wilkinson, but I think Battery Creek could be in the top half of that region. Here's going to be no worse than fourth. Let's see if we got any other scores from that region as we lost Wes. Hope his phone did not die. I mean, looking around the area, no new updates at the moment. We're looking for some updates. Waiting on the boys to come back. Score between Hampton and Edisto at last report, 44-6. Hampton on top in that one. And Battery Creek, yeah, over North Charleston, 47-14. So that puts the Dolphins in the mix in the region. Looking for co-hosts, actively pursuing co-hosts at the moment. Because looks like we've lost contact with Wes. We're gonna get the
here for this Bluffton
Buford
offense,
zone
trying to get the first to
back
kind of
up here,
rinse out this
going
clock.
deep here.
Pass, and it's
Interesting
incomplete.
choice by
Great
Bluffton.
breakup by number 22, Aaron Days.
There's Wes. I was afraid your phone would die.
Well, I'm trying to keep stats and follow the game and kind of do a couple things at once here. And Buford's going to get the football back here. This one's not over yet.
Yeah, deep shot there by Bluffton.
It's going to be after the drive. If they have time, they showed they could do it the last time. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
To this position in the first place.
And let's see what Samari Bonds has in store. They can rally this Buford team.
Nisa Garzon going to jump on with us and help direct traffic here momentarily. Just back on mute now that we've got the sounds of the game coming from Wes over on Ladies Island, where Buford trying to spark a rally, down by 7.
Bonds incomplete.
37 left.
Just a little wide of Jamin Odom. That's 2nd and 10. Who's going to step up here for this Eagle offense? Trying to mount a crazy comeback. See what Samari can do. Who's on the run? It's caught me a first down. It's down
And we've got
Bluffton.
We got Misa B stuck at home joining us on the Lowco Sports Lowdown. What's up, Mise?
I got the bat signal, so I'm here.
Yeah, well, for a minute there, I was flying solo because Wes fell out and Max was on his way to the car in Civilization, and I was by myself, so I had to put out the bat signal indeed. But Buford trying to rally here against Bluffton. What do you got, Wes? Wes can't hear us very well over there.
A good job spreading the ball around. They hook up with a bunch of different targets today.
Yeah, this game
Put together
is
our last minute drive.
What a great game to watch.
Just over through on first down.
Oh, no. Ooh. That was scary.
Oh, some nice hard work. That
was scary.
Stevens. Another first down.
We see it a little while after Wes tells us about it.
I'll wait.
No, you tell us.
I get too excited.
You tell us what's happening. We'll watch the feed on delay and see what you're all excited about.
It's a figment of your imagination. Wes is telling a beautiful story, and our minds are processing, and then we get a visual.
Caleb Steffen with the tough work right there. You know, I realized that it wasn't Caleb Steffen who's been playing quarterback. It was Elias Steffen. Which I didn't. Everybody thought it was Caleb, I think, but I think they got mixed up in the stats or something. Caleb pretty good too, though.
Oh, he should have caught that.
Man.
Is that the second one he's dropped?
They've had a couple drops.
He dropped that big one.
A couple of overthrows, a couple drops
to his hand
on this drive. Some pressure, good pass rush by Bluffton that time. The forced incompletion. It's like Bonds is looking for Odom again, so it's going to be third down and 10. 1:09 to go.
A play behind. 2 plays behind. So we got a good one. How about the Sharks, though?
To generate some disruption in the pocket right there. Bonds had to scramble a lot.
Stream is on Buford's own.
And that is a little high YouTube. Off the fingertips of the intended target. And it's going to be fourth down. But there's a flag coming in. At the end of the play.
We've gone way too long.
A lot of those
in this game. The
referee, in a minute, yeah.
Whoa, too long.
Unsportsmanlike against the Bobcats.
Oh, he did knock him down pretty good.
Yeah, these wraps on this Buford Bluffton game. I hope they don't ref any May River games because we'll be there till 11:30.
Yeah. I don't know. He leveled him, but
what happened?
I mean, pass was incomplete, and he still leveled the receiver. But it was, I don't know. It was borderline.
Just like that celebration penalty in the first quarter.
Forearm shiver.
Bluffton celebrating on the track, and they got an unsportsmanlike. I mean,
I don't know.
1:03 to go here in the fourth.
But this is also the same refereeing crew where the ref was throwing the flag 20 feet in the air.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, the guy, I don't know if it's the same crew that was at Battery Creek.
Oz making some moves in the backfield. Throws it up for grabs, and it's almost picked. It's knocked down, incomplete.
So I got a real shot here after the punt.
55 seconds.
They have any timeouts left, Wes, or they use them all?
One timeout for Buford. One timeout is one for Bluffton.
He's scrambling.
Samari Bonds has not been the sharpest on this drive. He has some help there with the penalty.
The receiver's got to go back to that ball. You can't wait on it. You got to go to it because everybody's coming to it.
Yeah. And Bluffton's
he went back to it. He would have caught it.
Yeah, that's teach you the receiver
they're playing.
Run back towards the ball pass.
Playing 2D.
Yeah, they're playing the prevent defense. So, I mean, there were Maybe do some cross routes in the middle, try and get yards.
And they're giving big cushions. They got a couple safeties deep.
Mm-hmm.
They're still getting a pretty good pass rush with not many guys rushing.
Yeah, and Buford was very successful with the mix screens early on.
Yeah, they were.
Finally adjusted.
Yeah, that tunnel screen was really working, and then they solidified the middle. It's been a heck of a football game.
Bonds
Oh, boy.
gets tripped up. The ball's out.
He was down. He's hurt, though.
He was down, but he's hurting.
He's hurt.
Samari Bonds is down on right near midfield.
He's hurt. Yeah. That wasn't good.
Not a great sight right here for Buford.
But yeah, he's still down. Is it his knee?
I couldn't tell. It looked like maybe ankle. Hopefully ankle rather than knee, but he's coming off an ankle, right?
Yeah. I think he was just coming off an ankle, so hopefully it's not the same ankle injury. I mean, clearly
it looked like he rolled it up pretty good.
Buford is a much different team with him out there.
It's night and day.
He's dynamic. He's dynamic.
With a guy with the skill set of Samari Bonds out there, and especially with the dual threat abilities that he brings when he's on the field, this would be a significant blow for Buford.
He's definitely one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in this region. Because he's a game changer by himself. He can just completely flip the game.
Awkward fall there on that tackle. Bobcats were able to trip him up from behind, and they're still looking at him at midfield right now.
Did they call him down, or was it a fumble?
Looked like he was down to me.
It looked like he was down by contact. But Bonds is getting helped off the field. Samari Bonds is being carried off. And so now it's going to be that much more difficult try to pull this one off. So it's Anthony Kaler who takes over under center here with 40 seconds to go. A quick throw is well offline and make this a lot tougher now for the Buford Eagles. Putting their backup quarterback in. And now it's just 4th down and 5. This is it right here.
Just get the first down. That's all I have to focus on.
Timeout called. 37 seconds to go. You hurt to see something happen for Buford Eagles late in the game, trying to come from behind, and this would not be a favorable situation going forward to see starting quarterback limping off like this. What an effort that Samari delivered in this ball game. Had a great drive to make it just a one-possession game and give it all, trying to pick up extra yards, and unfortunately an awkward fall there, and he has to be helped off.
Man, just hate to see that. He's just been such a sensational player throughout his career, and won a state title as a sophomore, and this was the senior year, and he's just been slowed up time and again with injuries. So you hope he can get back out there in short order and help them out from scratch.
So here we go, 4th and 5, last chance. Last chance here for the Eagles with Anthony Kaler behind the center.
Interesting that it's Kaler.
And another Anthony Kaler, all right. And Anthony Kaler will get one more shot, but another timeout will be Bluffton, who calls time to talk it over. So both teams out of timeouts now. And now you design sub in the.
All right, I'm hearing that in the comments here that we've got a final. Hampton 44-12 over Edisto. So the Canes get back on track Not surprised by
Yeah, nice
that.
nice win for Hampton County. That's a much-needed win, 44-12 over Redisco. Starting off region play with a W. Battery Creek, 47-14 over North Charleston.
How
Huge
about that one?
congratulations to the Dolphins.
It's a big win.
Yeah,
That is a
definitely.
monstrous win, especially
Yeah,
the margin of victory there. So here we go,
yeah,
fourth and 5. Last chance here for the Buford Eagles. Thrown across the middle, incomplete.
Mm.
And there are no flags on the
Oh, wow.
play.
It's a miracle.
And the Bluffton Bobcats are going to get it done on the road in Ladies Island. Hayden Gregory with maybe his biggest win yet as the head coach of these. He's had a couple of them, obviously, the May River last year, but this one seems to be a big one as they will start region play 1-0. The Bobcats with 5 touchdown passes from Aiden McCarthy.
Wow. Wow. That's a big
Victory
game.
formation on the field.
And Lucas
Number
Gates.
13.
Lucas
He
Gates with
takes the
that
knee.
huge kickoff return,
Yep,
answering
that
the
was the
call.
momentum shifter right there. And then the offense got cooking again. The defense held up their end of the bargain, and they put it all together late. Hugs in the center of the field in the white jerseys. Bluffton heading into the Bridge Bowl 1-0 in region play. And it should be rocking on Thursday night as they look to take down the Seahawks. Man, impressive stuff from this Bluffton offense and this Bluffton team as a whole. The best performance
Seahawks,
I have
by the
seen
way.
so far from Aiden, and Carnell Warren showing why he is such a top-tier prospect coming out here from the Lowco. And 3 touchdown grabs. He was a monster tonight to lead this Bluffton offense. And Ollie getting it done on the ground. The defense digging in a couple of times. And Aiden Gregory, what a job he continues to do with this Bluffton team. What a road win.
Big time. Big time road win. Sets up for Bluffton May River, potentially to be a
Yeah.
monumentally big game at the end of the season. So we always like that when we get a big rivalry game that means a lot. Misa, you haven't heard of Ridgeland final yet, have you? We had them up
No, I'm
12-0
looking.
early.
I'm looking to see if there's a final, but I haven't found anything yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to scour. Go, Max.
Yeah, I'm going to say this, maybe a little controversial, but, as I'm driving home from Thomas Hayward, good win for the Rebels, but there were a lot of things they did. I know this is a rivalry game and all of that. It's a deep rivalry between these two. And, they don't like each other. But I'm just going to say this. There were some moments, plays, scores, touchdowns towards the end of the game that Thomas Hayward did not have to score and was extremely unnecessary. But, I was talking with Strickland, and he said the reason for it was for seeding. They score enough points for seeding and stuff like that. But even then, I find that extremely just a bit uncalled for from Thomas Hayward. But good win from them. Tony O'Banner was outstanding tonight. Nick Robinson looked good. He got injured towards the end of the game. I don't think it's too serious, but you never know. But yeah, I just think it was a bit uncalled for by Thomas Hayward to score 2 touchdowns within the last 2 minutes
on the
of the game,
style
late
points.
into that game. Yeah, just kind of not. It's not necessary for stuff like that, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, so I just thought I'd get that one out while I had the chance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like seeing that stuff either. Bush League is, the phrase that comes to mind when you think about those kinds of things. And when you're not there, you hate to throw that around. But I do know they got the ball back with 40 seconds left or something, up by 3 scores, and that was an easy take a knee situation. and they
The
chose
worst
not
part
to do
was,
so.
yeah, the worst part was what made it even worse was what made it even more unnecessary was that every time they scored a touchdown, they go for the 2-point conversion. Now, I know they have a kicker who can kick the football. The
They
fact
do.
you're going for 2 points every time you score a touchdown in the fourth quarter when you're already ahead by 2 or even 3 possessions, I think
Right.
is extremely uncalled for.
Yeah, certainly not necessary. Certainly not necessary. But when you dish out things like that, when someone's in a position to return the favor, they usually do. Ask Bluffton a few
Right.
years back. They got some stuff handed to them. John Haupt ended up cashing some checks somebody else wrote. Let's put it that way.
No comment.
Am I right or am I right? So the only score I think we're missing at this stage, a couple actually. Ridgeland, we need a final on that. Looking for a final on Hilton Head Prep, though it was getting out of hand at last report. Although I think they played tough. It's just PD was way better. And I'm looking for a cross score.
PD's more talented. Oh, yeah. Where was
Let's
Cross
see.
tonight? Oh, Kings Academy. That's right.
The Kings Academy.
Yeah.
Those scores can be tough to come by at times. So
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
Hurricanes
that's
of
score.
Hampton, they return home next week for the first time since August 30th. And it will appropriately be homecoming with Lake Marion coming in.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's fun. I haven't seen Hilton Head still says 21-7 in the fourth. I haven't seen it go final, or heard that it's final. But
Yeah.
I mean, either one of those teams, they get a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth, they're going to start taking the air out of the ball. So, I can see that one ending there.
This region gets more and more interesting. Hilton Head has a good win, looks really strong. You go to Bishop England, a team we didn't expect to be great this year. And, out of the gates, all of a sudden I just see it's 21-0 Bishop England over Hilton Head High. And I'm just like, whoa. I know Bishop England's kind of good, but not this good. And so, there's so many questions around this region that you don't know what to expect out of this region, which it's exciting, but you just never know what could happen. And I just now think that this region is now wide open right now. I think May River is the front runner, but who's in second right now? I think that's the question, people are asking about this region so far.
Well, and Misa, you and I talked about this earlier. I'm not even sure that May River really is the front runner when you take a step back, because when you look at that RPI, the new Max Preps RPI that's being used to determine those at-large bids, Bishop England ranks 4th.
Yeah,
in Class 4A, and that's before tonight. May River is at 13th. So
yeah, and something that's helping Bishop England in that RPI is, so the way the RPI works now in the high school league is it looks at your overall record. So it's your overall record. 50% is your winning percentage. So it's a percentage base. So 50% of the RPI is your winning percentage. 40% is your opponent's winning percentage. And then the final 10% is your opponent's winning percentage. So it does give you more points for you playing tougher opponents. So you can't really look at the overall record. So for like Bishop England, their winning percentage is 80%. They're 4-1 before tonight. Their opponent's winning percentage before tonight was 64%. And then their opponents, so 90% is already positive, whereas May River, their winning percentage is undefeated, so they're at 100. But then you look at the opponent's winning percentage, it's only at 32%. So that's a 30% decrease from what Bishop England has faced so far in competition. And that's been a big factor. So when you look at a score like tonight with Hilton Head, where they were up 21-0 and it was 21-7 last update that we've gotten. What helps with that is the strength of schedule, the teams that they've played, right? So they beat a weak St. John's team, but they played Hanahan, who's a very tough team. They beat Hanahan. They beat Philip Simmons, who's a very tough team. They lose to Porter-Gaud, who's a very good Skeezer team. And then they take care of a decent Woodland team, 27-10. So that does come into play as you're seeing it now, where they play tougher competition. And the way it's going to work is that RPI is going to be a big factor. And so Bishop England is 4th. May River is 13th. Then you got Hilton Head, who is next with 16th. Bluffton was 21st, and then you have Beaufort was 36th because their opponents' win schedule is 50%. Then Carlton County is right under them at 37.
Wow, Buford 36th in the RPI and won't be going up now either.
No,
Crazy.
36 is not surprising for right now for Buford. With all the injuries they have gone through, and
36th out of 41 is absolutely surprising. Like,
it's
I expected them to be in the top 10 at this point.
Yeah, but it's surprising, but it's also not surprising because they haven't had a full team. They haven't had a healthy team.
Crazy.
It's just
sitting here talking about a 1-5
because we all thought that Beaufort was one of the favorites for this region, and right now, after losing your first region game, it's not the end of the world, but you should be a little concerned right now if you're Beaufort because you've lost your first region game. You haven't had a fully healthy team, and the question right now is, are you actually going to have a healthy team?
Well, that's the thing.
Of this season?
I mean, Samari looks like he's down for at least one, right? Like that didn't.
Yeah, I would.
That didn't look like a guy who was going to play next week being carried off the field. I mean, it's possible, but it didn't look good.
Next week?
They have Colleton, which that gives them a little bit of a reprieve. But then it's Bishop England, May River, Hilton Head. So you hope you can have him back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Now they were able to get by a quarterback, but they weren't winning those games except against Battery Creek. So I don't know. It's they're snake bit. Sometimes you have one of those seasons, and Misa, I'm sure you can attest to it, where all the pieces are there, but it just doesn't work for whatever reason. You have injuries, you have lose close games, don't get the bounces, and you have some seasons where it feels charmed, and you have others where it feels cursed, and it feels like it's just not their year over there. But interesting. Still looking for a couple scores. If you have a Ridgeland score, if you have a Cross score, but yeah, the Bobcats. Yes, we've talked about them extensively. We talked about them almost nonstop for an hour and watched the game live and go golf. But heck of a win for the Bobcats, certainly. Going through them again. May River wins big. Bluffton fights off Beaufort, and looks like Bishop England, we're assuming, has beaten Hilton Head, but I haven't seen it posted as a final yet. But we haven't heard anything since 21-7. So
I know we do have a final. 21-7 England. Yep.
All right, it's one final.
Ta-da.
Oh yeah, you want it? You want it?
Yeah, come on, give it to us.
Where is it? There it is.
Hey.
There it is. And just for you, Lisa.
It's homecoming. It's homecoming. Ridgeland homecoming.
We're looking for that Ridgeland final so that we can play the roar. Do the roar. Do the roar.
I'm gonna say from watching Ridgeland in this game, they're gonna be a competitive team in this region.
Well, I mean,
they showed really well. Their running game was really good that first quarter that I watched them play, and the defense held up really well, forcing 2 fumbles and recovering both of them. So I hope Ridgeland won this game.
It's just Allendale and Bamberg left. Allendale's not very good. So
because Ridgeland's 2-0 in the region, so
that should be a championship game, them and Bamberg, most likely. That's the way it's looking. So that'll be interesting. Ridgeland's defense is pretty salty, and their running backs are legit. So don't count them out. They seem to have rallied around good ones too.
So Justin, a correction on what I told you earlier: the 2A football bracket is still stuck in the 19th century with the H's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Get with the program, 2A.
Yeah.
So
2A
we were talking earlier about the H on the bracket is no more in most of the divisions because now they're using the RPI to seed the bracket. So the 3 region champs will be seeded 1 through 3 based on RPI. Then the second place teams 4 through 6, the third place teams 7 through 9, and then all the at-larges. So I like that a lot, and the higher seeded team will stay home rather than it just being a crapshoot and luck of the draw. So it's good to see. Credit where it's due. We've complained about the archaic playoff format for a long time, and now we've got something that resembles a technologically advanced method of selecting playoff teams that should result in much more competitive balance in the postseason.
Finally.
So that should be good. Yeah, should be good. It should leave at home those teams that get blown out 64-0, running clock in the second half.
Right.
And
don't really want to be there anyway.
And the good thing is with the new RPI, so 5A and 4A are doing the RPI system. For those who may not know, 5A now has 2 divisions. 3A, 2A, and 1A are going to stay stuck in the 20th century. But the RPI system does not factor in, I was going to say goal differential, margin of victory. So you can be a team, 65-0,
like
score 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes and go for 2. No shade to anybody tonight. Or you can beat a team 6-0, and it's going to have the same value.
Yeah, no style points. No style points. I prefer that. I don't like any kind of system that encourages running up the score. Bad sportsmanship.
Yeah,
it's a bad system. I don't think runs scored has any business as a tiebreaker in youth baseball tournaments or softball tournaments. Runs allowed, great. Runs scored, nah. Do not give incentive to score more runs. So in a blowout. But it's still there. It is what it is. But what else? No response from Ridgeland people. What kind of alum are you?
Well, so what happened was we were supposed to have tailgate tonight, and that's a whole nother topic for Lowco politics. And that didn't happen. So a lot of the classes that were going to be out there opted to do something else tonight. There's still a lot of it's not fair to the students. And I want to say that it's nothing to do with the students or the student body or the football program. A lot has happened with the community and the school district with the
facts.
With the superintendent, not the interim, but the one who was there before. And so there's still a lot of animosity. So there's still a lot of work trying to bridge that gap and trying to make it work. So that way the students are the one paying the price, I was going to be out there for homecoming, but my car was acting up and I couldn't go. So I was watching Beaufort's Own on the TV. So watching the yellow flag shootout, as I'm going to call it from here on out. But yeah,
I will say this about Richland. I love their jerseys. Their jerseys are good looking, man. Real sharp looking jerseys. I don't know if those are new jerseys or not because I watched them play at Whale Branch and they weren't wearing those jerseys. So
I think they had them last year. I think were they in the Reds tonight?
Was it the Reds or black?
The Reds.
Yeah.
The Reds are nice.
Yeah, they're nice looking. I like the black ones look good too. I like the black jerseys as well.
But they're reds with the glossy, with the shiny red helmets. Those
the shiny red helmets. They are. Nice. It's real sharp.
Right. It's a good look.
I just wanted to
Tanner Macy checking in. He says, "How about them Sharks, baby?" Indeed.
Yeah, baby. Yes.
5-0, 6-0, 5-0.
5-0. Yeah, would be 6-0 if Georgetown didn't get flooded.
Yeah, it would have been. We were looking forward to that game.
They would have rolled through that one.
Oh, we would have been. We were looking forward to that game. No comment.
Yeah.
Tanner's having a good season. Really comfortable in our new offense.
He's very much just managing the game, chilling out, and waiting to be unleashed. They would see.
Well, that's the thing. Because the last couple seasons, it really has been Tanner Macy, and not much else help around the rest of the team. He's got options. They got options now, so Tanner Macy can actually do his job, do his part, and the rest of the team does their part in it. So it's a whole group effort this year, and I think that's what makes this team so much better than the last couple seasons.
Yeah, and I don't know how much he did tonight, but I keep saying, like, they're not going to show it before they need to, but they're going to take the chains off of him at some point and let him go. They've been trying to make sure he stays healthy.
Tanner, what were your stats tonight? You're watching. Put your stats on there. You're not bragging. If your dad fusses at you, I'll text him.
Come on, man.
I am
Give us
asking
big stats.
what were your stats? And I know he had one touchdown, I believe, in the first half. After a
Hey, man,
65-yard run.
You're on the
Wes
right home.
rejoining
Come
us on the road. Yeah, get in here in the comments. Tell us. Well, he probably doesn't know his stats yet.
Oh,
Gotta
come
wait for the
on.
huddle to update. Gotta wait for the huddle to update. Although Pops might have
Yeah,
been
it's
keeping
true.
him on his phone. You know, now that he's not
Hey, wouldn't
not
surprise-
working on
wouldn't surprise.
Friday nights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, he still works
you
on.
know,
Brett Macy works on home Friday nights. Shout out to Brett Macy, Bridges Prep AD. He is the chain. He's part of the chain gang. at
Oh
Mid-River.
yeah, that's right. That's right. He is
Yeah.
on the chain gang now.
Find you an AD that would do chain gang.
Blake Rayleigh
Yeah.
would if
Well, Blake Rayleigh
he
will.
might have
Blake,
he might
Blake
have a
Rayleigh will
headset
build
on
a
calling
field.
plays too.
Blake Rayleigh will build a field if he needs to. He will find a piece of grass and build a field and line the field. He will get the
100%.
goalposts. He will make them himself. He'll go find
100%.
football uniforms, everything. He'll call the plays. He'll play on defense.
He'll
do
drive to
kickoff.
Indiana to get the wrestling mat.
Yes,
He'll
drive
paint
to
the
Indiana
doors
to get
on the
wrestling
concession
mats.
stand. That's why I work at Hardyville High School. Here you go. Tanner says he had
Told you he
4
had it.
TDs, 2 passing, 2 rushing, about 50 rushing yards. So he pulled a couple tonight. I think we'll see more and more as it goes along.
Yeah.
Definitely. Still looking for that Ridgeland final. Somebody hit me with a Ridgeland final. Let's see if we got.
Please.
First person to give us a Risen Finder will get a free Lowco video shout out.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Did anybody flash 1L at you tonight, Max? Get any of these?
What, at Richland?
Yeah, or anywhere.
No,
Either place. No?
unfortunately.
All right, we're gonna have to get the word up. Get the word out.
Yeah, we're going to
Nisa.
get the word out,
Tell
man.
your people. Tell your people we back up. We want that one Lowco. One Lowco
baby.
shout out.
Let's go. Come on, give me some.
Put down the guns and put up your love for the one Lowco. Yeah, it reverses it. But yeah, we got to get some one Lowco so we can make a little hype video. Don't have a final from Prep either, but I know that one was getting late and it was a widespread. PD's legit again.
I'd love to hear the cross score, but I also don't want to hear the cross score because I just have a weird suspicion that it didn't
They're on a
go.
winning streak.
Yeah, one
What?
game. No,
They're on a
actually, no,
winning
they're on a
streak.
one game. No, they're on a losing streak.
Oh, they
again now,
lost? Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah,
Never
they
mind.
lost to Jefferson Davis.
They had to play the Raiders.
Poor.
Here's a final. St. John's Christian 28, Dillon Christian 27. So those are very even teams, and Hilton Head Prep smoked Dillon Christian. So that bodes well. Dorchester blew out Lee. I know you love these Skiza updates, Nisa. You're a big fan.
I'm just here for the playoff matchups. When you
Just
win
here
your
so you don't
region,
get fined.
you go 10-0 in the season, and you end up being a 3 seed traveling to Sumter or PD to play a team that went 5-4.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, they don't. In most of the divisions, it is at least 1 through 4 versus 1 through 4, and they flip. So, but last year in 3A, it was they seeded it, even though they played a balanced schedule where everybody played everybody. They seeded it, and it wasn't based on records. That was weird. But yeah, you never know. It's usually okay in football because they just have 2 regions and it's top 4 versus top 4. But basketball, volleyball, baseball, you definitely get some questionable seeding at times.
Yes. Saw a bit of that last season for baseball as well.
I don't foresee Skiza adopting the RPI anytime soon.
No.
We'll see.
They don't have I don't know if they have enough teams to actually, it's not a big enough tournament. At least for football, it isn't. It's not a big enough tournament.
I think for basketball, they could certainly use the RPI.
Basketball,
that would
definitely.
be very useful.
I 100% agree with you on that. But for
They have
football,
a wide disparity in scheduling there too.
How about Battery Creek tonight, man? Taking down the full gold North Charleston team, man. What a win for Battery Creek. Dude, they're looking good. I like the way that they're looking right now. We mentioned that they're potentially a playoff team. With a win like that, obviously North Charleston didn't have really the toughest schedule to begin with, so that 4-1 record was a bit of like fool's gold for them. But yeah, I do like the way Battery Creek's playing. And I think they could. I don't know if they're going to win the region, but I do think they will make the playoffs the way they've been looking as of late.
I was trying to see. I saw somewhere.
I just need to see some Derek Small numbers from Battery
So
Creek.
this was interesting because the other team that was off to the quick start in that region was HKT, or not HKT, but OW, and they lost tonight to HKT 22-20. HKT is a very good 1A, but they are a 1A, so they have not played a very tough schedule either. Talking about OW, so. I'm serious when I say, like, I think Battery Creek probably beats them. And then, I think Hanahan's a fairly competitive game. I still think Oceanside's better than anybody in that region by a decent margin.
Yeah, easily.
But
Oceanside beat Hanahan 49-7 tonight.
Oh, they did. Okay.
It was 14-7 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
think we know where that region's going.
I think second place is truly in play for Battery Creek. I'm not saying they're going to get second place, but I think it's in play.
I think it is. I really do. Yeah.
Hanahan's the toughest in the bunch, I think. And they could still finish fourth, too. Don't get me wrong. But I think both those games are winnable. And it's been a long time since they had more than like one winnable game on this region.
Yeah, if they can beat Hanahan, that'd be huge. Because you don't need to beat Oceanside if you beat Hanahan. I mean, I think that would be really big for Battery Creek.
I mean, it'd be awesome.
If you beat Hanahan, I think you could potentially be that second place team in the region. I think it would matter. Yeah. That game would be the big one for them. Because I really do think they'll be one.
The next one's the big one. Next one's OCA.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There you go. They get next week off. They get a bye week, and then they play Oceanside. So.
Can I go ahead and make my Pigskin pick for next week for that game? I think I'm going to have OCA winning. Just go ahead and put it on the thing.
Okay. All right.
Upset alert.
Lisa's got OCA in that one.
Let me just say this. If Battery Creek can be competitive for a half against OCA, that would be huge in determining where I think they will sit in that region. Like, if they can be competitive for one half against OCA, it'd be huge for Battery Creek.
I think Hanahan is still stronger. They have a much stronger schedule than what Battery Creek has.
Yeah.
But I do think the OW game is a winnable game. So even them finishing third, given how they've been the last few years, is huge.
Huge.
And if
they do win that OW game, then they go into that Hanahan game the next week. I think they got a shot there.
Yeah. And
they got a good group of seniors.
I think that game will be closer than what many folks would have expected preseason and even expect now. That Hanahan Creek game.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, beginning of the season, I didn't know really what to expect out of Battery Creek because they lost to Helmet Chris County to start off their year, and then they came back the next week, beat JP2. JP2 sucks this year. Let's put it out there. And they haven't had the absolute toughest schedule. I would have loved to see them play Whale Branch, though. I would have loved to see that.
I would have too. That was going to be a good game.
It would have been a great game. Is Whale Branch is off tonight, I assume?
Yeah, they're off tonight.
Okay.
Efforting Derek Smalls, but I don't know. Was it homecoming over there at Creek? Probably was. It might be partying. It might be dancing.
If we look at the RPI for 3A, Battery Creek's RPI is 31st out of 32.
Who was 32nd? North Charleston?
Union County.
Really?
North Charleston was 9th.
Yeah, that's crap. That's crap. That's utter crap.
So we found
North Charleston was 4-1, and their opponents is 44%. Creek is 2-3, but their opponents are 20%.
20.
Yeah.
That's where the big disparity is. Obviously, they beat the brakes off North Charleston tonight. Yeah, it'll change for tonight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
But
because
like,
they had beaten both JP2 and Bowman, who were both winless. So, yeah,
so
that
like,
was,
but
that was a
technically,
record
Creek
there.
pulled an upset tonight. Upset alert tonight.
Massive upset.
Yeah, if
Number
you know,
31 out of 32 over a top 10, and they hammered them. So we have found a flaw in the system. Yeah, the RPI is fun to look at, though. They've got Hampton at 17 in 2A. That's
Well, I
wild.
mean, no schools from the upstate for 2A are no joke. So, I mean, I'm not 100% surprised by that, but also they've had a tough schedule. The County's had a tough schedule this year. They played 2 4A schools, so I mean.
Right, but you don't get any credit for that. You only get credit for their record.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter what level they are.
And so, Justin, here's what I was saying earlier about the rankings versus RPI max preps. If you look at the rankings of max preps, North Charleston is dead last in 3A.
Right, I had looked at that.
Like their strength of schedule is -50 in the rankings for max prep, but then in the RPI, their strength of schedule is stronger because the opponents have a better winning percentage than Battery Creek's opponents.
It's a different ball game with RPI. It's definitely a different ball game than what it's been recently. It makes it very interesting.
Oh, I can't wait for coaches to try to figure out how to.
Got to score. Richland wins.
We got to give her the video shout out. All right, so Sandy came through in the clutch, the MVP
Sandy
of
Plavenez.
sports. She is the fan of the night. She gave us the Richland Jaguars undefeated in region homecoming win.
There's a Jaguar roar. Jags get the dub. They're 4-3 now, and Allendale up next, which looks like a dub. You know, as long as you just keep your head down and take care of business.
Richland could be 5-3.
And then they got Bamberg. Well, I mean, they got 2 forfeits. That helps, but they probably would have won those games anyway. Let's be honest.
Yeah, right.
They would have beat Burke for sure.
They would have beat Burke. I think the Hardyville game would have been close.
If they would have played Hardyville last week with what Hardyville had, they would have won that game too. And Hardyville would have maybe run out of play, not had 11 by the end.
Yeah,
barely had enough.
Really would have jumped in.
Yeah, absolutely. He would have. He'd have shaved his beard and his hair off. I think the refs might have caught on if they saw the back of his head, though.
No,
Bamberg,
Hardyville's going to be okay.
Tonight, but Hardyville will be fine. We got a bunch of guys coming back.
They're building. Yeah, they're building. They're going to be okay.
First year program. You know, Denmark Olar looks like a beatable team. Allendale's definitely beatable, and then we got Branchville for a non-region too, and that's winnable. So, you know, we can still salvage this thing, get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
and we only got 2 seniors. So
yeah,
and they've been hurt all year. So.
It's 4 teams in the region that make playoffs in 1A. So you have Bamberg, Ridgeland.
Yeah, you just got to win one. You just got to beat Allendale.
Yep, beat Allendale, and you're good. You're in.
Yep.
Then you get to travel somewhere.
Yeah, you get to travel somewhere fun.
You find out where we're traveling,
like Johnsonville or someplace. To go or Lakeview or someplace like that. I drove past Lake City tonight, and I was going to take a picture, but then the light. Yeah, I was going to take a picture of the high school going by, but then the light turned green, so I had to go. I was going to send it to Pal and be like, "Hey, where I am," but I didn't get that done. So,
Hardyville Region is Region 6, right?
Region 4, 1A.
Oh, they're 4.
Yeah, go figure.
All right, so they will play the Region 6 1 seed if whoever finishes 4th in that region. I don't know what Region 6 is.
I think that's Johnsonville, Lakeview, and all that. I don't know.
No, I'm looking now. Hold on.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't even know what Region 6.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm guessing Carver's Bay is a Region 16. Let me check.
That seems likely. Lada.
Yep. So Lakeview is currently 3-0 in Region 6.
They're good.
Ooh, they are good.
So,
yeah, they're solid.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like this RPI. It makes it very interesting.
It gives us something else to talk about.
It does.
Here we go. Here we go. D Smalls, 2 punt return touchdowns and receiving touchdown.
Wow, there you go. My
man,
Lord.
he's something else. He's electric. He does so many little things. He's fun. We're gonna see if I'm efforting him, but he might be partying again. What else was I gonna look at? Oh yeah, I'm still trying to find that PD Hilton that prep final.
Well,
You know, I'm impressed by the way Patrick Henry fought tonight.
well, I mean, I got there and it was 14-7, and then they scored a touchdown the
scored
moment I walked
immediately.
onto the field, and I was like, this could be a very interesting game, and it really was through 3 quarters, and then, you know, Thomas Hayward just kind of started piling on top. You know, Patrick Henry, I think, had 1 or 2 3-and-outs, and you know that kind of changed the game around for Thomas Hayward. Otherwise, if that could have gone down to the wire if, you know, Thomas Hayward didn't force a couple 3-and-outs in that late third quarter, early fourth quarter area. But
You know who else we haven't heard from?
Patrick Henry kept fighting. I give him credit, man. They knew how to try to stay in this game. A bit chippy between the two teams. I will add it was there were a few personal fouls, unnecessary roughness, you know, unsportsmanlike conduct calls from both sides. So bit chippy game, which I kind of like. I like that chippiness between two teams. It makes it just a little bit more exciting.
A little drama.
Yeah, a little drama. But what's wrong with a little drama? You know, it's not like it's going to turn into big drama or anything like that.
Trying to find.
I'd love to hear across the board.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
A lot to a little.
Most likely. Schools.
I think Wes just texted that the Buford referees threw another flag for unsportsmanlike conduct for turning the lights out after a game ended.
Yeah. Marcus Walsh. Eric's a baller. Impressed by his leadership on off the field. Yeah, absolutely. Had a great interview with them a while back, and really hopeful that he's going to find. I'm beyond hopeful. I'm confident that he's going to find a landing spot where he can keep playing ball at some level or another, because he's too driven and too dedicated to being the best he can be to not get a chance somewhere. He's going to show out for somebody and make the most of what he's got. So I think then Cross, I did get a final on Hilton Prep, 42-15 at PD, the final. So I think we've got all our finals now except for that Cross game. That's the only elusive one.
I will say this,
nobody
from that
Kings Academy coming through.
You know, from that score from PD and Prep, you know, give Prep credit. I mean, they're coming in on it's a short week 2. They played on Monday, you know, and then had, you know, won that game convincingly, and then they had to go and play travel, I believe, up to PD and play. You know, that's like a 4.5 hour trip, depending on, you know, traffic and whatnot. It's not an easy trip up to PD Academy. Trust me, I've done it before. So, you know, hats off to Prep. They fought in that game, but, you know, just the traveling, the short week and everything, you kind of expected it. And PD's just got a really talented team this year.
Yeah, I don't think under perfect circumstances they win that game, but it was especially difficult for them this week. But, you know, I still think they're set up well to win the last 2 region games and be third in that region. I just realized we're missing Bethesda. We didn't ever get any Bethesda BA updates tonight. That's why. Bethesda 40, Buford Academy 20. That's why.
Oh, whoa. Hello.
Nobody wanted to tell us.
That was a little unexpected. Didn't see that one coming.
Hey, Bethesda's flexing on people right now.
They are, really. It is a Bethesda thing, isn't it? Because they start off the season a little slow, and then by mid-season, they're like a team no one wants to play because they just end up, like, running over you. Jeez.
They ran over Buford Academy tonight.
I should have seen it coming, but also, I expected Buford Academy to put up a fight. And I hope they did.
Well, they did. They did. It was 22-12 at halftime.
I tell you what, Bethesda
34-20 at the end of the third. So they were 2 scores down.
I tell you what, Bethesda, though, they could be a team to definitely keep an eye on as playoffs come around. Because if if they're playing like that for the last few weeks, they could be getting themselves.
Well, it's
towards
them
the
and
championship game.
PD. Them and PD. They're going to
Yeah.
have a showdown soon. And then on the other side, Calhoun's really good. So in 2A. So
Yeah, the little 3-team section there. Yeah.
no real Lowco. You know, Hilton and Preps are only 2A teams, so they don't look like a state title contender yet. So
No.
probably get to take that one off at Charleston Southern. We'll just have to do the other two. Maybe not. Hilton and Christian might not get there this year. We'll see. Best O line in the area.
Trench
I mean,
is
it's
tough.
hard to go against May River right now, right? I
Yeah.
mean, with what
I
they're
was
doing
about
and the
to
way
say,
they're doing it.
May River might have the best one. If
I
it's
think
not
Hilton
May
Heads is
River,
pretty good.
yeah.
Buford's is pretty good, but Bluffton got the
doesn't
better
have
of them tonight.
Yeah, Bluffton doesn't have a terrible O line either. Not the greatest,
No.
but it's not a terrible O line.
You know, Buford got after them early
Yeah,
tonight and got a lot of pressure, but then in the second half they held up pretty well. They gave him time.
I mean,
they've improved.
I think right now May River has been the most consistent, and given the sort of offense that they run, you know, you need to be blocking and moving, and but you know, we'll see. I haven't seen Bishop England, so I'm curious to see,
right?
You know, how their O line
is pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, Hilton Head looked good against Hampton, their O line.
Mm-hmm. If they handled Hilton Head up front, they're pretty tough up front.
Yeah. So you know, but then tonight they only get 7 points on the road. So we'll see.
Yeah. So I think Bishop England's pretty good. You know, I think Hampton's offensive line is quite good too for a 2A team, especially. I think that Thomas Hayward's offensive line is pretty rough and tumble for any level really, but especially for Skiza 1A. Buford Academies has come a long way in a short time. They've gotten a lot better. Although Nick Underwood makes them look extra good sometimes. He makes a little turn into a lot. So, but yeah, good question. May River hasn't played anyone. That's mostly true. I mean, best team they played West Ashley, and West Ashley is not as good as they have been.
I think.
So that's why they're RPI. That's reflected in the RPI.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, even with the schedule that they have, you know,
great screen name by the way, Pima Nuts.
Is that? I wonder if that was created a little while ago just to say that comment, but I mean,
I think it's possible.
Yeah, May River, you know, when we look at the opponent, winning percentage is 32%. You know, before tonight,
right?
And Carlton, you know, obviously doesn't have a winning record either. So, I mean, that's a fair argument. You know, if we look in 4A, Hilton Head's opponents are 44%. Bluffton is 45%, and then who else have we got? Carlton, Buford is 50%. Carlton's 48%. But again, you know, the winning percentage could also be what team are you playing? You know, Hilton Head has hardly gone to record, you know, and stuff like that. So it's you know, that's one thing that we will say about May River is, you know, I'm curious to see when they face a tougher team, how they'll fare. So far, they've taken care of business because it hasn't been like games, you know.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, although the teams they've played don't have good records, most of them have been pretty physical and strong up front. You know, Brooklyn Casey was massive on the defensive line. I didn't see Airport, but I think they were pretty big on the defensive line as well. Carlton County's really big on the defensive line. So, you know, on the subject of offensive line, I don't think the knock on the competition they've played is necessarily as relevant to that one aspect of the game because I think they've played some pretty good defensive fronts. Even though those teams weren't very good, I think their defensive fronts were pretty solid. So it's a good point. Anything else, boys? We haven't shouted out sponsors, so I'm going to run through them real quick. You know, being in the McDonald's here in North Myrtle Beach, lovely McDonald's. You should definitely visit it if you're ever in the area. Have me a little off my game, but MVP sponsors, we got Base Hit Life, our baseball and softball apparel sponsor. Check out basehitlife.com to get the latest styles and live your best base hit life. Homegrown Home Inspections, providing home inspections. If you're building a new home, buying a new home, or building one, you got to have Homegrown Home Inspections check on it every step of the way. Hospice Care, the Low Country, provides palliative care, hospice care, and free grief counseling, plus much more. and hospice care of the Low Country, where it's not about dying, it's about living. Varsity sponsors, we got DDS Web Design. Find them at ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group, serving legal needs in Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties. Dr. Ambrose Cole, our favorite chiropractor at Rooted Living Wellness, and our official wrestling sponsor, Reverence Wrestling Club. And the Lowco Booster Club got Court Lifestyle Pros. Let them bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations, check them out for promotional items and custom apparel. Jay's Barber Shop in downtown Ridgeland if you need a haircut. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country, floors so clean your feet will thank you. Hudson's Seafood House on the docks, great place for local seafood, and presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. And Hurricane Sports Cafe, the place to be in Hampton. If you need something to eat or drink, say hi to them out there. Good friends of Lowco. Anything else we want to chat about real quick, boys, before we call it a night?
No, I think I would, three takeaways from tonight for me is Thomas Hayward's still rolling, even sitting for 3 weeks or something like that, because your team's back out on them, which is unfortunate. But they look good. They had some mistakes from what I heard from Stricklander. They had 2 fumbles in the first half, so they need to fix those things. But once they do, that they are a really good team. I'm intrigued to see how they do, because some teams from other regions, like they had that loss against Williamsburg earlier in the season. So Thomas Hayward looks good. Bishop England is starting to scare me a little bit. With that win against Hilton Head, they're starting to scare me a little bit. I'm this region. I'll say it again. This region, you just never know what's going to happen in this region. It's truly showing here, because we all at one point, like, it was Beaufort, then it was Bay River, and then look, here comes Bishop England, and it makes it exciting, but you also you just don't know, and then
you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. The other thing I would say is I believe JP2 won tonight. They had a game tonight too.
They lost 41-22.
Oh man, they were up 2 at one point.
Yeah, they were. They took the lead on the Thomas Gam took the opening kickoff of the second half to the house to give them the lead, but they couldn't hang on. I did get an update that BA got within 28-20, but then they just couldn't find the end zone again, and the ground game got going for Bethesda, and they were able to salt it away. Their big defensive line, we talked about their huge guys on the defensive line. They just shut down the VA run game tonight. So they got 2 dudes that are like pushing 4 bills on the defensive line.
They always have a couple big boys on that Bethesda team.
Those boys are probably in better shape now than they were at the end of August.
Oh yeah, that's true. JP2, man, they look good the first half. I'll give them credit. They looked somewhat decent the first half from what I saw in terms of scores. It's just they can't finish the job. And when the offense isn't doing their part, especially in the second half, the defense is going to get worn out, and it's unfortunate because I really think they have a good defense at JP2, but the offense has just let them down time and time again. And you kind of wonder what JP2 needs to do to get a win this season at this point, because that was really the game we thought could be winnable for them. And if you look towards the rest of the season, I only see one game potentially being a win. But the way Helmet Prep is played, I don't know if they beat Helmet Prep.
It's not a given. Here's that Bethesda defensive line. Will Howell, AD from VA, is tuning in on the ride home and answering all our questions over text as we have them. So gotta love it. All right, boys. Do I have a Battery Creek score? I sure do. They won
47-14.
Yeah. That's
So
Andrew Davis checking in, looking for the score.
And shout out to Creek, because those are the games that you should win that way. And this is not something that
usually.
Exactly. Usually it'll be a close.
Usually won those games like 19-17.
So when you talk about a change of culture and kind of where the team is, these are the scores you see, right? Like somebody said, you got to be who's on the schedule. North Charleston may not be a strong team, and Max perhaps says they're the 32 or 32, but this is the change of culture. This is a change in attitude that you're seeing when you say Creek could be doing something, making some noise this year. It's because they put a score like this, where before they would eke out in 1917 or lose 2019 because these are the games you got to win. So the games that when I was in college, one thing that stuck to me that I love is you got to squash a fly with a sledgehammer. You got to have that mindset where you just don't take it easy and slack off and tie it off. These teams that you're supposed to be and handle, that's what you expect to happen. And when it does, that means that you're on the right path and that the players are focused, because they could take this game off. It could have been a close game, and then what? But no, they took care of business. So shout out to them. And same thing with May River and all the other teams that won tonight. Bluffton and Buford, fun game. Hopefully Samari doesn't have a major injury. He just came back, and you could tell he's a difference maker there. But that was a fun yellow flag bowl game. Great game. But hopefully Samari's better. But if you're Bluffton, you get a big road win. You got to clean some things up over there, because penalties and those penalties weren't warranted, but still, it was a high scoring game, and then and
then they take some good vibes into a short week Thursday game against Hilton Head too.
Yeah, so, and that's going to be a close game. That's going to be a tough game. Right, that's going to be a really good game. That might be another shootout there, and Hilton Head is going to look to control the pace of the game to try and cap things going their way. But it's good to see that. I want to see what the high school league is going to do with the season for fall.
They'll tack on a couple weeks.
Yeah, so we still have half of the state that's still not able to play tonight, but it'll be interesting. I'm not going to talk about Skeezer because I don't want to say care. Skeezer's not my thing, guys.
You're not invested. You're not invested.
It's totally fine.
It's not my thing.
That's a kind way to say that you don't care.
That's what Max is here for.
I'm not personally invested.
Max is our Skeezer rep. He's a Skeezer guy. He's one of many. Look, if you want a Skeezer breakdown,
Stricklander.
Yeah, if you want a Skeezer breakdown, I'm not on the show. That's how you know. But if I'm here, Skeezer's going to have Bethesda Academy traveling to Buford Academy and playing PD at the same night for playoffs in the first round. Don't know why, because it doesn't make sense. But
doubleheader.
It was.
But it's played at Orangeburg Prep.
Yes, no, it's not. It'll be played in West Alabama somewhere for no reason, and then they'll go to Myrtle Beach for the second round game between Hilton Head Prep and John Paul II, because it makes
played at Orangeburg sense. Prep. First game's at 8 a.m. Second one's at 11. Third one's at 2.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Playoff jamboree.
On the Battery Creek thing, hats off to Ed Susie, man. My God, what a turnaround it's been. Over the last season and a half for this Battery Creek program. This hire was a great hire for Battery Creek. He has done such great work for them. And, the great part is, it's only going to get better for them. They're going to keep improving as a program as the next few years go along. And who knows, they could be potentially contending sooner rather than later, maybe for a lower state championship. It's not out of the question with the way this team's been on the up and up.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Oceanside gets bumped to 4A in the next realignment.
And also shout out to Ridgeland, off to a great region start. Big win at homecoming tonight, which they're also turning the program. And as they were Ridgeland, they had a coaching change right before the season started. That so many folks don't know.
Right.
The new
he's done a good job. Good one.
Doing a good job. They're working hard, and tonight for them to win 19-8 at home, it was homecoming. These guys hadn't played for 2 weeks, and that's difficult in football to go 2 weeks without playing a single game and then coming out and getting a big region win at home. So, that's going to be good to watch. I think that game against Bamberg is going to be a fun one, and that might decide that region in 1A. But Max, your mic is horrible according to Kathy.
Yeah, your mic's a little rough, but you're on the phone driving back from Ridgeland, so we understand.
I do apologize. I'm so sorry, Kathy.
But we need some new sponsors. We need some new sponsors so we can upgrade Max's mic.
It's a Skeezer mic, okay? It's expected, guys. If it was a high school league mic, much
got it
better
on
for the
Timu.
season.
You got it on Timu. We're operating on a shoestring budget over here. We're operating on a shoestring budget. We need more sponsors so we can get Max upgraded equipment. But
You're only at it again. Good Lord. All right,
but,
thanks. Appreciate it.
but thanks for the great show tonight, guys. Appreciate y'all. Thanks to everybody who hopped in. Thanks to everybody who was reporting from far-flung areas around the state tonight, letting us know what was going on around the Lowco. Thanks, of course, to all of our sponsors, especially the OGs, Mickelson Law Firm, our all-stars. They've been with us since the beginning. And thanks to you guys for showing up to listen or watch. We appreciate you. Misa, thanks for jumping in and being my wingman. I appreciate that. And let's take a look at one time and get on out of here. Until next time, for Max Arraj, Misa Garzone, and Wes Kerr, headed for home. Go Lowco.